Hello! Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a card using the Little Red Robin collection. Here's what you'll need. So we will need a piece of gold mirror, the Seasons Tweetings topper set with the foiled cardstock, a 6x6 card blank, assorted foam pads, scissors, craft knife, double-sided tape, a white gel pen, paper trimmer and optional gemstones if desired. So first of all we're going to start with the mirror. I'm going to cut that down to the size of our card blank, so 6x6. And we're going to do that using the paper trimmer. Okay, so that's going to be our first layer. Next, we're going to take the printed cardstock, and it has got the image on the right hand side and then the pattern on the majority of the left hand side. So we're going to use this red checked pattern for our next matten layer. So we're going to cut that down to 3 notches under 6 inches, and making sure we are going to save this piece for later. And do the same on the other side. Okay, and then we're going to mat and layer these two together using some double-sided tape. Okay, and now that that's done, we're going to put that to one side for just a moment. And then bringing back the piece that we put to one side a few minutes ago, we're going to take a craft knife and we're going to fussy cut this postbox image with the sweet little robins. Okay. And then we're just going to pop that out of the cardstock so it's ready to be used on the card blank. Okay, perfect. And we're going to further utilise this cardstock by just chopping this border off here. So we're going to bring back our paper trimmer and just where the line of the border starts, we're going to just chop that there. Lovely. And we're going to go towards the edge of this swirl detail, so just using the paper trimmer, just guide it along until a place that you're happy with and then cut down. And then we just need to double check the length and cut that down to 6 inches, maybe just over if you want to leave a little bit of room, and then you can chop the ends off later. So that's what I'm going to do for this one. So I'm going to leave a little bit, about 1/2 inch, just that we can chop off later. Brilliant. So I'm going to bring the pieces back in and start building up this card. So first of all, I'm going to place the border across the middle, just around there. And like I say, we have got that little bit of room that we're going to cut off in just a moment. So I'm going to glue my border on with construction glue, or you can use double-sided tape if you prefer. And then I'm going to put it around just under halfway, about 1/3 of the way down on my card. And then I'm just going to make sure that's fully bonded, because construction glue does give you that little bit of wiggle room. So I'm just going to make sure it's really secure before I carry on. And then just whilst that is drying, I'm then going to take my letterbox that I've just fussy cut out and add that on with some foam pads. So I think the ones I'm going to be using are the strips, and I'm going to cut them down so that they will fit on the image really nicely. Okay. Brilliant. And then I'm just going to cut that off the side here, and then take the backing off my foam pads and stick that onto the card. Okay, and then what I also want to do, using the leftover cardstock that we have to just really utilise this, is I'm going to make my very own little letter to just peep out of that post box. So I'm going to go in at 2.5 inches, maybe a little bit smaller actually. I'll probably go in at 1 3/4. You can change this to any size that you prefer, and then I'm just going to take that little piece of foiling off the side and cut about 1/2 inch off the length, so it's going to sit at 3 notches under 3. So I'm now going to go in with a white gel pen, and just you can use a ruler or freehand. I'm just going to sort of roughly mark in the centre of my page here, just to draw an envelope. Perfect. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly edge my cardstock with the white gel pen, just to make it look really, really stand out. And then just go along each of the sides. Perfect. And then go over any lines that might need highlighting again. And then that is your envelope all ready to stick on the front of your card. You could add a wax seal or a sticker or something really cute on the front of that envelope, and then just make sure it fits underneath, and then use some construction glue to adhere it onto the card. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the topper sheet and just pick out some toppers just to further embellish the card. So I'm going to pick Seasons Tweetings, and the sentiment is so appropriate for this card. And then I'm also going to just embellish with it and the small button topper as well. And we're going to add those with some foam pads. So I'm going to use a small cut down strip on this one here, just in the middle, and I'm just going to trim off the pips and then place it onto the card. And I'm going to do the same for this one, and I'm just going to put a couple of tiny squares on here. And again, just neaten up those sticking out bits and pips. And again, just pop onto the card. And then finally, I'm just going to embellish with some of our Christmas pearl gemstones. And then I'm just going to place them just around the edge of this circle. Just to really make this topper on the side pop. And then finally, we're just going to stick it onto the card blank using some double-sided tape. And then finally, our Little Red Robin Seasons Tweeting card is all finished. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial today.